genic, ingenious supplies.
What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to Spike Feeder's World Headquarters, Jim's Basement, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, North America, Western Hemisphere, Earth. What's our solar system called?
The solar system.
The solar
system, Milky Way, etc.
Andromeda.
Local cluster.
Andromeda. We're playing cEDH. I'm bringing Tayam, Luminous Enigma, back to the table. This is a weird creature-centric deck. It gets to capitalize on deafening silence, rule of law effects because it gets around having to cast spells with Tayam's ability, putting vigilance counters on creatures or +1/+1 counters or whatever, and then removing them and milling and putting them directly into play, which is not casting. So I'm going to hope to slow down my opponents and win sometime, hopefully. But before I pass to the next person in turn order here, our sponsors brought this video to you. First of all, genic. Sleeves, playmats, deck boxes, boxes for your deck boxes. Check out your local LGS, see if they have an ATM machine, and you can withdraw some money to purchase some genic products from them. And if they don't have genic products, ask them nicely. If they don't have an ATM machine, it's probably like some law or something. They probably aren't allowed to have one in the building or something, so don't ask them for that. Secondly, Burrito Splendito fed the Spikes today. If you're in Winnipeg or the Manitoba area, check them out. I recommend the guac.
I like the green salsa.
Yeah, the queso is good too.
I think queso is good too, yeah.
I like the burritos.
Yeah.
I like the Splendido.
Howdy. I'm playing Stella Lee.
Howdy.
Howdy. Because it's a cowboy.
Yeah.
Cowgirl. Stella Lee. Wild card. Today I'm playing Is It Storm. This is a deck that we have a little explainer video on. So if you want to check the thing, we'll link it up there. If I remember to do it, which I usually don't. The idea behind this deck is it plays so many bad cards. These cards are objectively horrendously awful. Stuff like Cerulean Wisps. The main idea is I want to untap Stella Lee, draw some cards, or make some mana, or whatever. I mostly want to untap Stella Lee so that I can continue making copies of the spells that I'm casting. And it wins with a little aura from Eldraine, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
It's like probably one of my favorite ways to win the game at this exact moment.
That's awesome. Hi, everybody. My name's Alex, and today I'm playing Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy. This is some Simic nonsense that's going to try and go big, tall, wide, and generally get so much mana that you cannot possibly what, you ask? Win the game. That's right. We're going to counter some spells, we're going to remove some things, and we're going to get extra value out of our mana rocks.
I didn't ask. Did you ask?
I didn't.
So if we didn't ask, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the rule. Written down. Hi, I'm Jan. Today I'm playing Cormela, Glamour Thief. It's a Grixis layered deck. So primary win condition is your standard cEDH Thassa's Oracle combo, but it also has some fun infinite mana shenanigans with Saw in Half and recurring rituals and stuff.
Nice.
And then you can win with Brain Freeze and other Underworld Breach combos. So that's what I want to do today.
Well, that sounds great. Let's crack into our Genic Bastions.
Alrighty, I won the die roll. Any pre-game actions
I got it
from
for
my
you.
friends?
Gemstone Caverns.
That's a good one.
I'm going to exile this island to have it come in with a luck counter. I'm not going to represent it.
You may also do that.
Yeah.
Alex, any pre-games?
I'm going to cry about that a little bit.
Resolves. Jim,
Jim, would you like
Jim, would you like a second Gemstone Caverns? Alrighty, I'm going to draw for my turn. I've got a Wooded Foothills, and I will crack it, going to 39. Off Wooded Foothills, I'm finding a Savannah, and this adds a white mana for this Esper Sentinel. I will pass the turn.
Draw a card. I'm going to play this Wooded Foothills, and I'm going to crack it, going to 39. I'm going to get this Volcanic Island into play, and I think I'm going to tap for a blue, cast this Mystic Remora, paying, and then I'm going to, if that resolves,
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to play this Lotus Petal,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to pass.
Wow.
Sounds good. I'm going to untap, upkeep, draw.
It's sadder for you two, but it is also a little sad for me.
Yeah, just a little bit. I want to join the Cool Kids Club, so I'm going to play this Misty Rainforest and crack it and go to 39.
Okay.
And we'll find this trop. And since I don't have a bop, we'll pass it.
Oh, neat. I'm going to draw a card. Oh my goodness. I'm going to play a Scalding Tarn. And I will also go to 39. I will get a Volcanic Island.
Twinsies.
Twinsies, I know. And then I'm going to pass.
Nobody wants to cast spells into my Esper Sentinel? Okay.
I'm going to cast a single spell this turn.
I will untap and I will draw. I will play this Bayou, and I think that I will. I'll cast this Demonic Tutor, not paying. Off of Demonic Tutor, I'm going to put this card into my hand, and I will. Well, you know what? I'll attack Jim for one. Give you a card, give you a damage. Just
Take one.
Just a little smooch on the cheek. You
Worth
know?
it.
Yeah, with it.
I'll pass the turn.
Lean over the table.
Untap. We have arrived at Mystic Remora's first birthday, and I will pay.
Happy birthday, Mr. Smithers.
I don't know if you can sing that version.
Draw a card. I'm going to play this Hydroelectric Laboratory,
Ooh.
going to 35. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to sack the Lotus Petal, tap 2 additional, and cast my commander, Stella Lee. Wildcard. Resolves?
Yep.
Resolves. I'll pass.
Can't kiss Jim anymore.
It's a 2/4. You can kiss Stella Lee.
I'll take 2 off this breeding pool.
Alex wants to get out of there real fast.
Why do I want you all to stop making out with cards, please? And we'll tap 2. For Kinnan, Wonder Prodigy.
Is that a non-creature spell?
Legendary. Human Druid. I don't know. I can't tell. Pass turn.
Please.
I'll draw. That's fair. I'm going to play Zared Mesa. It's not a non-creature spell.
It's not. It's a land.
And I will go to 38. I'll pay 2 life for this Blood Crypt. And I guess I will unfortunately have to give a card to Jim and Elliot.
Okay, I'll draw mine first.
You may.
Yeah. I'll use the talisman to pay the 1.
Imagine. My turn?
Go ahead.
Okay, untap. Draw for turn. I will play this Hashep Oasis. Tap 2 for Devoted Druid. It's an 0/2, tap to add a green, and I can put a -1/-1 counter on it to untap Devoted Druid.
Just comboing off.
Nothing suspicious happening here. I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. We have arrived at Mystic Remora's second birthday.
2 years old.
I think it's going to go away.
It's a hard life out here for the Remoras.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, then I'll draw a card for my turn. I'm going to play this Otawara as my land for turn. And I think I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okie dokie. We're going to untap, upkeep, and draw.
That's scary.
We're going to tap 2. And we're going to class Bloom Tander.
Yep.
Bloomy tea.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stella's a 2/4?
Yeah.
Who designs these cards?
2/4.
2/4.
Bastard.
Oh, wow. I got away with not getting attacked by anything that was free. Nice.
I don't want to bully you too much, Jan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sensitive. Badlands. Just like my deck. I'm going to cast my commander. Cormela, Glamour Thief.
Yep.
Haste. Pay 1. Tap. Add Grixis. Spend this mana only to cast instants and or sorcery spells. And then when Cormela, Glamour Thief dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from my graveyard to my hand.
Nice.
Pass turn.
At the end of Jan's turn, I would like to attempt to cast Crop Rotation, sacrificing this Bayou.
I would like to respond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tap 3 and cast Intuition.
Oh, that's not the type of response I anticipated. I have an Esper Sentinel trigger.
You can draw.
I will draw. I have no effects to Intuition.
So off the Intuition, I believe... Yeah, Alex, you want to choose?
Sure.
My cards that I've chosen to search up for Intuition are Snap, Jessica's Will, and Brain Freeze.
I was kind of hoping it was Crackle and Pop, but that's fine too, I suppose.
Snap, Jessica's Crack, and Brain Pop.
Yep, that's the one. We're going to put probably Brain Freeze into his hand.
I think the secret is it does not matter.
Yeah.
So I think it is not Jessica's Will or Snap.
Yeah.
Because like Jessica's Will and Snap are both mana positive, whereas Brain
Rituals,
Freeze
Yeah.
is pure cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain Freeze into your hand.
Brain freeze to the hand. Rest of these to the yard.
Crop rotation still on the stack.
I'm going to pass on crop rotation.
2 more blue decks at the table.
Run of the gauntlet.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Jan.
All right, your crop rotation. Off the crop rotation, I'm finding Gaia's Cradle. Potentially to nobody's surprise, potentially to a couple people's surprise. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Add 2 green. All right, untap.
I was like, all right, cool. We're still on my end step.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
I've got a Nurturing Peatland as land for turn. Okay, I mean, going for it is not necessarily the smartest thing I've ever tried to do here, but we have a saying here on the Spike Feeders.
Oh, what is the saying?
Beep beep poo poo. All right,
Yep, that's
I
the
will
one.
tap this Nurturing Peatland, go to 38 to add a black.
Mhm.
And I would like to try to cast Dark Ritual.
I'll pass on Dark Ritual.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, pass.
Yeah, go for it.
Alrighty, I have 3 black. I will use 2 of it, a white, and a green to try to cast Tayam, Luminous Enigma.
I will pass on time.
Pass.
Pass.
Okay, I will tap Gaia's Cradle for 3 green. I will tap Hash Up Oasis using the 3 green and sacrifice it to target the Devoted Druid to give it +3/+3 until end of turn.
So
All
you
right.
get a 3/5 Devoted Druid.
I have a 3/5. I would like to activate the second ability of Devoted Druid to put a -1/-1 counter on it and untap Devoted Druid.
Okay.
I would like to add a green and do it again, and add a green and do it again, and add a green and do it again. So I've got 3 green, I believe.
3.
Yep.
I would like to use the 3 green to activate Tayam to remove 3 counters from among permanents I control and put the top 3 cards of my library into my graveyard and then return a permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. So I will mill 3. Lotus Petal, Phyrexian Tower, Abrupt Decay. I will bring back Lotus Petal. And I would like to demonstrate a loop. I can keep doing this, adding green enough to activate Tayam and remove the counters to keep adding green to mill my whole deck and put 1/3 of the permanents into play.
Okay.
All right, we'll probably cut around here. I'm going to do it a couple times. So I activated Tayam a bunch of times. There's this many cards in my graveyard, this many cards left in my deck. I am finding 7 lands. Notably, it allows me to just put lands into play, as well as Destiny Spinner, Archivist of Ogma, Timna the Weaver, Aura of Silence, Mana Vault, Lotho, Deathrite Shaman, Birds of Paradise, Opposition Agent, Dothy Voidwalker, and Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler. Of the relevant things here, Tyvar is a Planeswalker, so he'll enter with 3 loyalty, and he gives my creatures haste for their activated abilities. And then, perhaps most importantly, I'm also finding Witherbloom Apprentice and Eternal Witness. So there will be an Eternal Witness ETB trigger if anybody has any responses.
Well, what are you targeting?
I would like to target Chain of Smog in my
Oh,
graveyard.
that's bad for us.
That's very bad for us.
I have no responses to the ETP.
I have no responses to the ETB.
I have no responses to the ETB.
I will put Chain of Smog into my hand. Then, just for safety's sake, let's add white, and use this black that I have floating to cast Ranger Captain of Eos. Any effects to Ranger Captain of Eos?
I would like to pass priority on Ranger Captain.
All right. I will not search my library for a 1-drop. I don't know that I have anything left. That's not the relevant part of this creature. The relevant part is I'd like to try to sack him to make my opponents unable to cast non-creature spells this turn.
Pass priority.
Pass priority.
What they said.
I will add 2 more mana, including a black, to cast Chain of Smog, which will trigger Witherbloom Apprenticed. So whenever I cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses a life and I gain a life. So Jim to 34, Alex to 36, Jan to 35, and me to 39. And Chain of Smog will target myself. So this is a little bit of a combo here. I'm going to continue to target myself, which Chain of Smog will eventually make me discard my whole hand, which is not got a lot in it. But because I can target myself, in theory, infinitely, Witherbloom Apprentice will trigger that many times and drain all of my opponents.
I'd like to cast a spell. It's a non-creature spell.
I would also like to cast a spell.
You can't.
Oh.
Well, I would
Jan actually said that you can't.
I would
Not
still,
for any other.
I'd still like to.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Noted. Jim, what?
Good game.
So we move to Jim's untap.
Well, actually, let's move to the post-game wrap-up. Wow, Elliot, that's a good finish.
I don't know
a lot.
that Tayam's ever won. I think I've played him a couple times, and this is, kind of what he's supposed to do. It's a really interesting deck. I like obviously the interaction between garbage cards like Hashep Oasis or Shield Mate, giving your Devoted Druid enough toughness to make him add mana and then remove and whatever, which is...
That's very creative, yeah.
Yeah, I like this deck a lot.
Did you have a Swan Song?
Oh, no, I had a Force Negation.
Oh, I had a Swan Song. The only thing that I could have copied or that I could have countered, though, was your Dark Ritual at the beginning. I should have known, because I should have known that would be the only non-creature part.
Right.
Right? If you didn't have the Ranger Captain, then I could have Swan Songed the Chain of Smog.
Yeah.
But you did.
Yeah.
And then same thing, non-creature.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
I also was sitting on Seaborn Muse for next turn.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one.
I had nothing. Well, I mean, like I was probably going to win the game on my turn, but I had nothing.
But you had nothing.
I had to stop what they were doing. I had to make it to my
That's
turn.
you. That's what you sound like.
So with the cards that you got for Intuition there, what was your plan on your next turn?
So I was hoping that you were going to make me bin Brain Freeze. Because I wanted the Snap and the Jessica's Will, and I grabbed a third card to make it sound threatening. I probably could have, instead of getting the Snap, gotten LED, because I had Breach in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
So I think if I had gone Jessica's Will, LED,
Brain freeze.
then maybe that's fine. Then you probably give me the LED, right?
Actually, if you put LED in the pile, I personally would have assumed that you had Breach. Because I got to be honest, I already had assumed you had Breach just by the Brain Freeze.
Yeah,
What would you have given me? The Brain Freeze?
I would have still given you the Brain Freeze.
Maybe you get the Snap instead of the
But then
Brain
I just
freeze.
played the Underworld Breach.
Well, that's kind of the catch-22 of Intuition
Yeah.
in that spot, right? I think it is just a win.
Yeah, basically,
but-
the thing I was getting at with that is I was never going to give you anything that was mana neutral or mana positive.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I could see that you were lacking was mana production.
Yeah. Yeah, and so of course it didn't matter because I didn't tap. But yeah, I had the Swan Song. I also had a Cyclonic Rift in my hand, which I couldn't cast because I had one mana open. But that would have helped in this specific.
Would have been really
scenario.
good, in response to any of the
Things
things that
probably
I tried
Devoted
to-
Druid number 2.
or even the target with the hash,
hash
right?
up.
Yeah.
So yeah, though we had a couple of different spots that could have gone differently. But if you don't want your game to go differently by having your cards get damaged, check out Game Genic products. They've got sleeve, they got deck boxes. They got deck boxes for your deck boxes and some other things that I don't even know how to describe. Just being honest with you. You can also thank Burrito Splendito for feeding the spikes today so I can make comments like that. And if you want to thank some people for making sure there's lights on around here, you can thank those people and these people and all those people over there. Those are our patrons. They're the folks that keep the lights on around here. And we just want to say thank you so much to each and every single one of them. If you are the type of person that's in a given mood, you can head on down to spikefeeders.com/Patreon or patreon.com/spikefeeders. One or the other. One of them probably works. I've screwed it up like 3 times a day. Don't worry about it. Just go to them. Pay us a little $1 US, keep the lights on around here. And in the meantime, try to volunteer in your community. Everywhere could use the help. Have a great day.